The following program was recorded at Emerald Hall in Boston. I'm pleased to welcome Supply Chain Brain Editor-in-Chief, Russell Goodman.
Overcoming today's logistics challenges in Brazil. Well, here to speak about that with us today is John Miller, Senior Vice President, Global Business Development at Flash Global Logistics. John, welcome.
Thank you, Russell.
John, I guess we don't have to say to anyone that Brazil is a very attractive place to be doing business these days. But let's talk to them about some of the challenges of doing business there. What are they? Give us a laundry list, if you will.
Well, there's a strong desire to do business in a growing economy like Brazil. However, in working with Brazil, you have to understand the implications of working with the Brazilian government from an import-export standpoint, the documentation requirements and how they view those documents, understanding the rules and regulations regarding taxes. These are critical elements that our clients must face when they're looking to do business within Brazil.
Does that require some type of upfront design that you are able to provide your clients?
Well, when we work with our clients, what we're finding is that the upfront design that we put in place for them is advantageous both in the early stages of the process and throughout their relationship with the Brazilian government as they do business there. Understanding, again, going back to the documentation, translating the product descriptions that our clients are shipping into these countries into local languages is critical. Defining what the product does and how it services the infrastructure of Brazil is critical. Getting down to the agreements that our clients have with the local companies that they're supporting is another element that's important to the Brazilian government, because they must understand that this is a service organization providing service to a customer and not someone that's looking to sell product to the country without paying the appropriate taxes. So we're very focused on all of these finite details as we build out a solution for our clients.
John, what are some of the solutions then that Flash Global Logistics has fashioned for its customers working in Brazil?
Well, if you look at the solutions we've created, you have to look at that in two pieces. First is creating a solution, a Flash-based solution within the country of Brazil. We've established a command center within Brazil, local management presence, and that solidifies a good relationship with the Brazilian government. That's the first piece of the puzzle for us. The second piece is the design, coming back to the United States, working with our clients to help them define the information requirements, understand the translation of product and definition of those products and the requirements that the Brazilian government has, and then establishing the supply chain lane that allows them to move product from the United States to Brazil much faster than they've ever done it before. And what does that mean? That means that our clients are now able to hold less product in Brazil with a more fluid and expedient pipeline through the supply chain that we're creating out of the United States. And those are the key areas that we believe are creating solutions for our clients to help them not only service their customers, but to service them profitably.
You mentioned telecommunications. Just how important is that industry to Brazil?
Well, absolutely. Telecommunications is obviously the starting point for most booming industries and booming economies. The ability to communicate both internally within Brazil and externally is critical to the rapid economic build-out within Brazil. So we're working with telecommunications organizations. We're also building out the networking infrastructure within Brazil. And Brazil is also introducing cable TV, satellite infrastructure to those folks that haven't had access to that before. And all of these areas of industry are impacting the service requirements that lead to a solution driven by Flash Global Logistics.
John, final question. Clearly, Brazil is an extraordinarily important market in Latin America, but there is the rest of the continent as well. Tell us then, how is the activity that you are conducting in Brazil affecting your build-out throughout the rest of Latin America?
Well, if you look at Brazil, it's a real good testing ground for building out a model in a challenging country. And in Latin America, most of the countries within Latin America have very stringent rules to import-export product into their countries, and very stringent rules about the bordering countries that they work with. So working within the dynamics of the Brazilian government has allowed us to create models that we believe are transferable to countries like Argentina, Chile, and Peru. You're finding that these government organizations are taking the lead and sometimes extending what has been designed in Brazil regarding rules and regulations and taxation when it comes to servicing high-tech equipment.
Well, it's good to see that governments are helping for a change. John, very interesting. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Pleasure.
That's John Miller, Flash Global Logistics, and speaking with us today about overcoming logistics challenges in Brazil. Thank you for watching.